Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev and I'm so glad you're here because tonight we are going to be talking about the trade rumors with the Seattle Kraken. Yes, they are back and they are on because this is important stuff to talk about, right? We've been talking about the trade rumors with Pettersson and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has circled back and has been focusing their attention on trying to get Elias Pettersson. If you have not went and watched those videos that I've made, please go check those out. But tonight's one is, again, another rumor that's going on. And these aren't just rumors. These are conversations that the Canucks and the Kraken have had. But how far, how deep have they gone? And so tonight's question is going to be this one. Would you trade Willander for Shane Wright? Let's dive into this conversation, everyone. I think it's worth having a conversation about. And you're going to see all kinds of different sides to it. Most Canuck fans are like, no, absolutely not. No. We got to talk about this and just think it through. There's nothing wrong with thinking it through because it may work in Vancouver. We're about to find out. Let's dive in. So this is the big question. Would you trade Willander for Wright? Now, I've already posted this on X today. So the Twitter people have come out and said, absolutely not. No way. This is ridiculous. Blah, blah, blah. One guy even said that I was an idiot for even suggesting such a thing. It's like, really? You can't have a conversation? You can't be honest about it? You can't hey, let's consider. Would this be a good deal? You know, as a general manager, every general manager has to seriously consider deals. Does this make my team better? Could this deal make my team better in the future or just in the present? Or is this a bad deal? Okay. And a lot of people are like, I'm not even going to look at that. Why? Why not? It's so weird how people can't even look into it. Now, the reason why I'm diving into this conversation is because this came out. And this is from Rick Dhaliwal, our beloved Rick Dhaliwal, who I think is the best Canucks insider on planet Earth. Okay. There's a lot of good ones, but Rick is the man. And he says the Canucks do like Shane Wright. Stop. Full stop right there. The Canucks like Shane Wright. You might not like him, but the Canucks do. The Canucks have talked to the Kraken about Shane Wright. Now, if this was just the Kraken talking to us about trying to get Shane Wright, that's another story. It says right here, Rick Dhaliwal, the best insider for Canucks hockey, says the Canucks do like Shane Wright. He said that many times on his channel, on his different things that he's been on. And he says they've approached Seattle about him. Wow. So what would it cost? But the ask was very high, he said, and he suggested Seattle would want players like Zeev Buium or Tom Willander in return. Now, when Canucks fans see this, they say absolutely not. Now, I did the same thing when it came to Zeev Buium. He's a 20-year-old defenseman who's playing in the NHL already. The progress that we're seeing with him is incredible. I know that. You know that. This is when everyone just shuts it down. But let's consider, that's why this video is not about Zeev Buium, because I don't think the Canucks would do this, even though I've looked into it. It doesn't make sense to the Canucks. But maybe Tom Willander does make sense. This is why we need to dive into this. And we've been talking about, I've been especially talking, this is my channel, rebuild. We need to rebuild this team the right way. There's a big difference between a playoff pretender and a cup contender. So this is why I'm saying, what can we do to become a cup contender, to win our very first cup and possibly be a team that down the road can win multiple cups? That is the goal. That's got to be the ultimate goal, right? We know this is going to take a few years to rebuild. You got to build it with the right players, okay? Now, the big questions you need to ask yourself is this. Is Willander going to be a top pairing right-handed shot defenseman? Okay? And the other question is Shane Wright a bust, or does he just need a change of scenery? And sometimes you've seen that with certain players, and they just needed a change of scenery. In my opinion, Elias Pettersson needs a change of scenery. I do not think he's going to bounce back in Vancouver. I could be wrong about that. I hope I am wrong about that. I hope he bounces back and he has his revenge tour like everyone's been telling me for the last 2 years. Okay? Guess what? Shane Wright might be that guy. And is Willander actually going to be a top pairing right-hand D? And you might say, well, we don't need him to be because we have Hronek and we have Zeev Buium on the left-hand side. Well, what if we trade Hronek? Is Willander going to be the guy? And he could. That's where they drafted him. They were hoping that he could be a second or top pairing right-handed shot defenseman. That is the goal. But he has not been that. He has been that because we're a bad team. And he's been playing full-time minutes. And now he's been playing with Marcus Pettersson, right? He's been playing with Marcus Pettersson on the left-hand side. That's what's going on right now. And he's still young and all those things. So let me just bring up his stuff. But before I bring up his stats, before I talk about him, a lot of Canuck fans do not want to trade Willander, and it actually has a little to do with his talent and a lot to do with this. That we just have PTSD from trading Forsling and Chatfield, and they went on to have great careers with other teams and win Stanley Cups with Carolina and with Florida. And we're like, don't ever trade a defenseman because you'll never know. The difference is Chatfield and Forsling. Like Forsling was what? Pick 126, and Willander's in the top 15. Right? So there's a big difference here we're talking about. And when you talk about Shane Wright, you're talking about the 4th overall pick. And the 4th overall pick, what would it cost for you to have traded with Chicago to get the 4th overall pick? Well, we know what that was because they traded with Buffalo. It's a lot. Now, Shane Wright is the COVID guy, right? That's the COVID draft that was really tough to figure out, right? And it seems like they made the wrong decision. Why would they be trying to trade him if they believed in his talent? I think they think he's a bust. And they're trying to salvage anything for him they can. But what if he's not, and he just needs a change of scenery? Now, if we're honest, Seattle has not done a good job of developing their young talent. Matty Beniers, I like him a lot. Had flashes and moments of really good moments, but guys, I don't think he's lived up to the hype. I mean, who has from Seattle been drafted and developed properly and reached the heights that they are hoping they reach? Very few players. Maybe you could say Matty Beniers, but I don't even know who else you could say. So think about that for a moment before we just say he's absolute bust. He's done. Like Alexei Lafreniere, guys, that guy has been a bust. But the New York Rangers believe in him because he's still young. So let's dive into this, okay? Let's dive into this. And this is, even though this is hard to see, this is a different scenario than Willander. I think Willander still has some potential to be a top guy. And these guys have become top or impactful players for their teams for different reasons. But they have overachieved. Where Willander is expected to produce. So is Shane Wright and has not done it. So let's dive in. I don't know why I got my ear is itchy. My ear is itchy and I have cleaned out my ears this morning. Okay, let's dive into this. Okay. Now, I went to the wrong thing. So when you look at Shane Wright, okay, he is 6 foot 192 pounds. He's from Burlington, Ontario, shoots right. He's the centerman that the Canucks are looking for, another centerman. And he's the 2022 Seattle's 4th overall pick. And in 74 games, he's had 27 points last year in his career. He's played 169 games and only had 78 points. 36 goals in 169 games. If you look at his career, okay, first 2 seasons, he played 8 games. So let's not consider those, okay? In year 3, 79 games, 19 goals, 44 points. There was promise. Everyone was excited, right? Let's see how he develops. The next year, 74 games. So even less. He, like, what is 82 is the full year? So he's 8 games behind, and he gets 27 points, only scores 12 goals, 15 assists, and he's a +6, okay? He's at a 13 and a half, or no, 13, almost 14 minute time on the ice guy, okay? He only scored 2 game winners in those 2 years. He gets only 91 to 97 shots on net, and his face-off percentage is not good enough. So this guy, so far, after 2 seasons, would definitely be considered a bust. Okay? He'd be considered a bust. But, like I said, unless he just needs a change of scenery, maybe Seattle's not the place for him. Okay? Now, let's dive into Thomas Willander. Or is it Tom? I don't know. I always think it's also Thomas. Okay? So we're going to dive into him as well. Okay? So we're going to move over to Thomas. Let's make this bigger so you can see it. Now, like I said, multiple times, right-handed shot defenseman. He was drafted in 2023, so it's only 1 year after Shane Wright. He is 6'1", 180 pounds, and in 70 games, he only has 21 points. Now, this is his first year as a player that's played a full season, right? 70 games, 5 goals, 16 assists, 21 points, -23. Everyone on the Canucks were terrible last year, so I don't really count the -23 against them, even though that is concerning. He's averaging 17 minutes a game. He gets 59 shots on goal this season, and he didn't score any game winners, overtime tying goals. He's still super young. But this isn't like, hey, let's go there and just see like how incredible this young man is. Like we're talking about very, very new, very fresh, and we can see what happens. But he's the 11th overall pick. Maybe, just maybe, this might be worth it to do that. They would probably want more Canucks fans who would be like, absolutely not. It's Willander for Wright straight up, and let's get this deal done. That's kind of what they would believe. So the question still remains: is Willander going to be a top pairing defenseman, right-handed shot defenseman in the NHL? Maybe, maybe not. I think we need to give him another year at least in our system with the new coaching and see what he can do and see where the progression goes. But I do not anticipate that this team's going to be good this year either. So I anticipate the numbers are going to be similar. Maybe, especially the -23 part, maybe that can be improved, but we'll see. We'll see, right? So it's something to consider, everyone. It's absolutely something to consider. I want to get into your comments. I'm going to dive into your comments. I'm going to hit the promo, and then we're going to get right back at it. Looking forward to connecting with you about this. All right, so first person in the building is Stuart, and welcome to the channel. Good to have you back. Coach Rob says, thoughts on the new assistant coaches, anyone? You know what? I don't have a huge take on these guys, to be honest with you. Excited that they got it done. Time will tell. Time will tell. And then Sports Muppet says, would not make that trade. Would not make that trade. I appreciate that. That's fine. I don't think the Canucks would do that, but it's just like the Canucks want to trade Elias Pettersson. We want Ben Kindle, and they're and Pittsburgh's like, no thanks. It's like, really? We're trading a guy who's already scored 102 points, done an 89-point year. I know he struggled the last 2 years, but if he hadn't, he wouldn't be on the market. And you're not going to give up this 19-year-old kid who's a third-line center right now, who's got some promise. I mean, he's not a huge guy anyways. He's just a local boy. But I like Ben Kindle. You got to give up something to get something. And that's what I'm trying to say with this. If you want Shane Wright and they want Willander, it's like either yes or no, right? Coach Rob is excited that the Jays hung on to the win. Arsenal fan says, bro, I will reject the trade. That's fine. Yeah, the coaches are fine. I don't know a lot about them. Remember when he got drafted and he was the steal of the Canadian GM? What? I don't understand. You got to write that better. Jim, that is just rude. Okay, I'm not sure. When did Vancouver approach Seattle last season? Vancouver Canucks needed D-men badly. I don't know when that happened. So a lot of people say that Shane Wright has attitude problems, and I don't know if that's valid or not, but I've heard that. What do you have to say about 650 getting shut down? It's an absolute atrocity. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating. It is awful what happened there. And what happened to Team 1040 as well, TSN 1040. Awful, awful, awful that is done. So, yeah, just crazy. You just fired all those people. I know that they're going to have some kind of plan in place, but it is a bad day in Vancouver to have that happen. I am not a fan of what happened, but there's still opportunity for people to make it. But I've loved listening to Sportsnet Radio 650 Vancouver style. It was awesome. Gonna miss those guys. CMAP, I don't know what Willander is that Willander is a piece to bring us a cup, but I don't think Wright is either. Coots and Maholter are cup-winning pieces. That's fair. That's fair. Time is going to tell, right? So I don't think I can answer that question, but early on, who knows? McDZ, Willander is the man. No way I would trade him. Trade either William or Willander, maybe D. Pity and a pick, and then try to get I don't know why I'm going to be messing up the name. I don't know why I'm having a hard time with that one tonight. I apologize. Sports Muppets. Vancouver Canucks have had enough with locker room problems. Attitude from Shane Wright. I hear you. I hear you. Also, the other thing, my other friends are like, we already have one underachieving center. We don't need two. That's a fair question to ask. That's a fair statement to make. So bring back 650 rent. Yeah, I know. It's frustrating. It is what it is. So Jake Takes Hockey. Good to see you, my friend. Shane Wright, I guess I would hate seeing the Canucks give him a go. You never know. What if he plays good for us? I could use a good ear cleaning myself. I know, man. I don't know why it was bugging me tonight, but so I think he just wants to get out of Seattle. So yeah, that's my guess. Can we get our draft pick in McCann back along with Wright? I don't think we can. Why would we want McCann back? Oh, he's trying to be funny, man. CMAP, Rev, I think an itchy ear is a symptom of the dog days of summer waiting for the puck to drop, right? Sports Muppet says Shane Wright is a third-line center at the moment. Yeah, that's very concerning. I would trade Leckermacky for Shane Wright. There you go. Two guys who haven't come out and done anything back. Bring back Sportsnet 650. Well, I would like that too. I like all those shows on there. Chip Putter says, step away from Shaner. Willander is much more valuable player. Where did this come from? Again, this is exactly from Rick Dollywall, who I think is the best Canucks insider. So this is where it came from. And basically people are saying, is that legit? Is that legit? Let's keep that there. Go back to the comments. Arsenal's still mad about the 650 thing. Stewart is also mad about that. I meant when Seattle drafted, he was staring at the Canadian GM. Okay. Wright was supposed to go number 1 and drop to 4th, and now we see his struggles. What did Montreal, New Jersey, and Arizona know? That's a great point. That's a really great point. He was looking at the Canadian GM. Oh, because because they went Slafkovsky, and they made the right call. Seattle wants William or Willander for Wright. Yeah, I wanted McDavid on the Canucks. Oh my goodness, Jack is upset. Jack is upset. Everyone. Kraken is on crack. No joke. Willander, Patrick Allvin, Wright is worth as much as what you got for Podkolzin. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Patrick Allvin is in Seattle. That's the thing I forgot to mention, guys. This is why he wants Willander. He knows. He drafted him. Do you think Podkolzin have had better career? He has had a better career. But here's the thing. Okay, I want to dive into this thing. Okay, let's talk about Podkolzin for a second, guys. He's a top 10 pick. What has been his production? It has not been good enough. He's a bust. And everyone treats him like he's like God's gift to hockey, and he's not. And even though trust me, I want him to do well. Okay. I want him to do well. But let's go to Podkolzin and just look at his stuff. Okay. Because I'm kind of getting annoyed with the love that he gets compared to everyone else. And everyone's like, oh my goodness, we gave up on him way too soon. Okay. So let's bring him back and let's bring this up here so you can see it better. Okay. So he was the 10th overall pick from Vancouver in 2019. Now look at his. So he's had 16 points in 30 games. Then 30 playoff games. That's good. Okay. But if you go here, 300 NHL games, 96 points, everyone. We're talking his best year was with the Edmonton Oilers this year. 82 full games, 37 points. We're talking 19 goals. That is still not great. That's not top 10. That's not top 10. Let's go to dailyfaceoff.com. Let's go to Oilers. Let's see. So Podkolzin's a second line center playing with Draisaitl and getting 30 whatever points a year. Not good enough. Not good enough. I don't know. I think the love affair with Podkolzin is it's just he's been a bust. And maybe Shane Wright is a bust. So if you go from here down to the Seattle Kraken, and like he said, it's a third line. No, he's a second line center on this list, but he's a second or third line center. Matty Beniers, Shane Wright, Chandler Stevenson. That's what it looks like for them. And their defensemen, they're okay. They're not great, but they're looking for a younger guy. But this is what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Something to think about, right? Something to think about. Maybe trade EP40 for Wright, but other than that, no, I wouldn't even do that. I would not do that. I haven't seen that Evander Kane has gotten signed anywhere. Jack, if we legitimately traded William or Willander for Wright, I don't think I could ever watch the Canucks again. Might retire. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Unless Shane Wright turned it around. Just saying. Right-hander D are too important. Well, it's right-handed D and centers, right? One day we'll trade Hronek and we'll need Willie even more if we get lucky and snag DuPont. That's the thing I forgot to talk about. I was going to put it in my opening thing. Is next year we're hoping to land DuPont. So if it's DuPont, landed DuPont, come on, guys. Dream big right now. We're going to be stacked that D, and we're going to end up trading DPD, Willander, William, and then we're going to keep DuPont. I'm telling you right now, we're going to trade one of those guys if we get them, but maybe not. Maybe they just go with that young core and we just build them. So would I trade Demko? Depends what it's for. I don't think teams are interested in him. You wanted Hoglander to stay with the Canucks. I mean, yeah, I like them, but I'm okay that he's gone. We just 2 more years at $3 million. I'm okay with him going, but I miss him too. Would you like Dylan Larkins in the Yes, but it all depends on what they want. But I like Dylan Larkins a lot. Podkolzin is playing with Draisaitl. No offense to Rev. He could score 30 points with Draisaitl. Oh, okay. He could score 30 points or 30 goals. He scored 30 points. He scored 30 points. Now, I think he also played on the third line. So, would you start Braden Coots in the third line? I would like to see him at train camp, but I would be open to seeing that this year. Yeah. Podkolzin is a bust. Oilers fans just love their overinflated egos. Beer Baron is right. Also, Canuck fans are like, anyone that has any remote kind of success with the on another team, they're all mad. They're always mad. So, good point. If you think about it, 37 points is pretty good, but then you look at who he's playing with, and then you understand I could get 10 Tucks playing with Leon, one of the best players in hockey. Yeah, I agree. I think he's doing okay. I don't think he's as good as everyone thinks. Dude, okay, you want everyone to say you want us to keep Hoglander, DPD, everyone. You got to give up to get something. You have to give up something. So Gary Bettman will never let us grab DuPont. It's fine. There's also other really good forwards there too. What am I willing to trade for Larkins? I would trade Pettersson in a heartbeat for Larkins, but I don't think they would. Anybody mad about giving up Podkolzin? Where would you play him? With Petey? He's not getting 37 points there, I'll tell you that. Please let me have a JT Miller shirt. Absolutely not, man. JT Miller is one of my favorite players of all time. Right there. JT on the wall. Miss him already. I mean, dude, they're half price if you can find them. That's how I got that one. That was $100. They're normally $250. They might still have some on vanbase.com. Just go there. Check it out. I meant you, my friend, could get 30 points with Draisaitl. Yeah, right. I can't even skate properly with them. Those guys those guys can just kick butt. They're so fast nowadays. Ducks match the offer sheet, so I think we should sign William and get our. It's possible that might be a good move. Amber Rose says, no way. No way. JT Miller is my favorite too. I love JT Miller. I miss him a lot. But he hasn't produced since moving out of Vancouver. Just an interesting side fact. What player would you want to trade back? For Larkin, I would trade him for EP40. That's what I'd do. All you got to do is get 30 points. Just pass it. That's how I could do it. I could get 30 points through assists. Just pass the puck to Leon Draisaitl and go to the net. I'll get 30 points. How Elias Pettersson? Because you wanted to trade him. Well, it's because he's not very good right now. I like Larkin better. Amber Rose says, a good young D man like Willander is more valuable than a top 6 forward like Wright. In theory, you're totally right. I shouldn't say right. You're totally correct. You're totally correct. But if Shane Wright just needs a change of scenery. He's a 4th overall pick for a reason, everyone. If he can turn it around, guys, that would be the biggest steal of the century. Tell you that right now. But I like Willander, and I don't think the Canucks are going to trade him. Elon Musk says on Mars, Wright sucks. That's fair. I don't want Larkin. Okay. No, I meant, can I have your Elias Pettersson? I do not have him. The Elias Pettersson jersey that I bought, I sold. I also had his rookie card. I sold it. I didn't think he was going to sign a big contract with us, and I didn't like the way that he played, and I just didn't want it anymore, and I sold both. I've sold both. Plus, I needed the money at the time as well to go on some trips, so I'd rather do that. Yeah, so I don't have an Elias Pettersson anything. No rookie card anymore. No jersey. You'd rather have picks than Larkin? Okay. I can't join 650. It no longer exists. So, but I am considering, I'm thinking, I've been working on making a podcast. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Would you listen to RevTrev Kempner Canucks podcast if I made podcasts? I'd love that. I'd offer Pettersson for Wright. Maybe some draft picks coming our way too. Anything else? Nah. I wouldn't even offer Elias Pettersson for Shane Wright. That just seems like a terrible. I don't think that's good. 1,000 for your hockey cards, all of them? Okay. I'll sell them to you. I've got some good ones too. I believe Larkin would come with trouble, does not get his way, stomp his feet, and demand a trade. Okay, wait a minute. Let's go back here. Dude, you're trying to get a free JT Miller jersey from me or an Elias Pettersson. You have $1,000. Just go buy yourself a Elias Pettersson jersey. They're only $250, and you can probably get on Facebook Marketplace for half the price. I believe Larkin could come with trouble, does not get his way, stomp his feet, and demand a trade. And that's fine. That could happen. He also, the same possibilities that he could turn around in Vancouver. Has Wright shown any flashes of potential? Very small flashes, if you ask me. Right now, he's a bust. Jump ahead a few years. Malhotra and Coots are in their prime. Where do you play Shane Wright? Depends on how he's playing. Listen. Let's go back to this. It's going to take Malhotra and Coots a while before they contribute. Well, it took the Twins 3 years to get to the NHL after they got drafted, and then how long till they started being in their prime and producing big time? It took years, guys. Shane Wright has the potential to get there quicker. Or I shouldn't say as fast, I should say. Yes, you would listen to my pod? Absolutely. Okay. Well, I'm seriously thinking I've already got my idea. My first one is story time with RevTrev. Story time. And I'm going to talk about my whole history of following this team and being a diehard fan and the ups and downs. And then I'm also going to talk a little bit about my channel and why I started that. Oh, you will listen to the podcast? Cool. What podcast would you guys listen to your podcast with? There's a YouTube version. There's Spotify, and there's also Apple Podcasts. Anything else that you guys listen to, let me know. You got to get some 650 guys on the show. Yeah, I should reach out to them. I know they're all on vacation and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do, but I would love to have them. RevTrev podcast? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Who do I have? I've got Kaprizov rookie card. I've got Mario Lemieux stuff. I've got a Kobe Bryant rookie card. I got Shaquille O'Neal rookie card. I've got who else do I got? I've got Stutzel. I've got lots of guys. I got lots of old stuff as well. I've got my Bure rookie card, Lindros. Those aren't worth much, but anyways. Right, and a second for EP40. I don't know if I do that, but I think that's the type of trade it would be. Okay, that's fair. I think that EP40 is just way better than Shane Wright at this moment. So Wright's got 1 year left on his entry level contract, and the Canucks realistically signing the guy after. Yes, because you can get him for dirt cheap. Yeah, you didn't make me mad. You didn't make me mad at all. Galactic Waffle here. Oh, by the way, side note, I'm a Packers fan. I have a YouTube channel, RevTrev NFL. Go check it out if you like NFL content. I'll tell you, like, I lose my mind with Bears fans. They're delusional. They're crazy. This is nothing. Galactic Waffle says no way doesn't want the trade. My brother had 4 Gretzky rookies growing up along with other players. Wow, he lost them all. The whole garbage bag full of cards disappeared. That's awful. Well, the pod's going to be about the Canucks. It's going to be about the Canucks. Stuart wants me to do it. YouTube, please. 3-way trade idea. Detroit gets EP40 and Mancini and Prostek from Minnesota. Minnesota gets Dylan Larkin. Vancouver gets Mini 27 and 2028 first. Detroit's first, and we train 50% on Larkin. Oh, that's a big trade. I'm kind of intrigued on that one. Like that one. Don't forget, we have Rossi as a center also to play with Coots and Malhotra. Yeah. Yes, you do a podcast. Okay. So Tony says Apple and YouTube. Okay. Get Canucks lock people here. Oh, Locked On Canucks. I've been on their show. Yeah, it'd be great to have them on. We should trade Rossi next year. He's going to get a haul for us, Jax thinks. I like him a lot, but yeah. Do you have the Tim Hortons hockey cards that you open? Yep, I do. In fact, guys, the one I did with the Dollarama ones, I still have these. They're just sitting here. You're going to laugh. Remember when I opened the Calgary Flames? Remember I opened the Calgary Flames and I ripped it to shreds? I still have it right here. But yes, I've got my Tim Hortons. I got tons of Tim Hortons cards. Larkin for Pedersen. I'm not hating that. Yeah, right, Maxwell. I'm okay with that too. How about the hat? Can I have it? I sell these, man. I sell these. And I use this one all the time, but I have some black ones left. You're welcome to buy one for sure. By the way, Trev, speaking of football, Donald is coming back. He is? Aaron Donald? Is that the newest news today? That is wild if that's true. That is absolutely wild. Do you like any singer? Oh, yeah, like tons of people, yeah. Can your podcast in NHL 26 career mode? Canucks, I don't have. We've sold our Xbox. I bought my Xbox, and then we upgraded. My son upgraded, bought his, and now he's bought a PC. He does all his gaming PC. We don't even have it anymore, so I couldn't even do that if I wanted to. Yeah, so Rick Dollywall said the Canucks do like Shane Wright. They've approached Seattle about him, but the ask was very high. Rick Dollywall said he suggested that Seattle wanted players like Zeev Buium or Tom Willander. That's why I made this video. So all the people are angry. We're just talking about what Rick did. Do you want any free agents that are remaining? That's a good question. I like Ryan Reeves a lot, but I don't think they're going to go after him. So, yeah. Can you buy my Canucks poster? This one right here. This is not a poster. This is actually a full-on canvas that I bought online, and it was really cool. The guy who I actually got it in Nanaimo, got on a Facebook Marketplace. Someone was selling it, and I snagged it up. I won $100 for it. I got it for $75, and I was like very thankful because I think I think you can get more for it. Plus, it has a signature of Kirk McLean. So, where did I buy the Beret jersey? I don't remember, to be honest. But it is a CCM jersey. I had the white one as well. That one got stolen when I was a teenager. It sucked. So, yeah. Yeah, you can get some stuff. I mean, you can go online and get them, or you can go and buy them on Facebook Marketplace if you can find some. Am I selling anything? I'm selling my hats. That's about it. If you want one of those, all you need to do is email me at kempnercanucks@gmail.com and we can work something out. It'll be the cost of the hat and shipping, and I'll ship it right to you. So, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, everyone. It's great chatting with you. I got to go. I'm so glad that you're here. So glad that you showed up. I got to figure out how to download the stuff on YouTube or on for podcasts. I got to figure out how to do that. So, and I got to make a video for it. So, yeah, everyone, this has been a fun night to connect. And I've got to figure this out. So, I want to figure out how to do podcasts. And so I got to start that. So thanks again, everyone, for being here and supporting the channel. Of course, always, we want to believe in blue. We want to continue to walk into this rebuild. Just consider every single option that's available for us. If Shane Wright's not the right direction for us, absolutely not go that way. But guys, girls, let's keep cheering this team on. And of course, always, go Canucks, go.